From Studio 7E in Rockefeller Center, this is Today in New York.
Well, I think we would agree, talking to your child about death, it's very difficult for a lot of parents. So how do you confront the loss of a family pet?
That's right. Megan is tackling the issues of modern moms. Megan.
Hey, guys. Well, yeah, losing a pet, as you know, is like losing a member of the family, and that can be a tough thing to explain to small children. So to get some tips on handling that sensitive subject, I sat down with Diane Debrovner, deputy editor of Parents Magazine. My son just lost a frog and fish, and I really wasn't sure what to say to him. Do I pretend it wasn't a death? What do I say?
I think you need to be straightforward and honest about what's happened. I have to admit, when my daughter's first fish died, I flushed it down the toilet and I was sending it back to the ocean to get better. But that was a mistake. You want to, unfortunately for lots of children, this is their first experience with death, and you just want to explain that the pet was sick and that its body stopped working.
What about in terms of letting kids express their grief?
It's the perfect opportunity to just let your own feelings show. It's an important member of the family, and if you're sad, it's perfectly fine to let your child see that and not say, oh, be a big boy, it's not a big deal, it was only a frog.
Should you have any sort of ceremony?
Maybe you could plant a tree or a flower or do something special.
For closure.
For closure.
My husband, within 5 minutes of finding out that the fish had died, was out the door with my son to the pet store. I wasn't sure that was the best move.
A lot of parents do rush too quickly to replace the pet because they feel like that will make it better. And for children, it may and it may not. They may have a very special, unique relationship with a cat or a dog. And if the new pet isn't just like the old one, it may be more painful.
All right, well, experts say the worst thing you can do is come up with the euphemisms for death, like, Rover went to sleep, because that can spark a whole new set of fears about sleeping. And so basically never lie saying things like Rover ran away, because that gives false hopes that he might be back. It's really just better to use the real words like death and dying. Michael, I know you recently lost a family pet, the cat, right?
Norman. He was almost 19 years old. The kids handled it better than my wife Shannon and I did, because we explained to them what was going on, that we had to euthanize him, and they understood it, and they're still sad about it, as are we. But you know what? As Megan said, we confronted it honestly, and and that's the way to go.
And I agree with Megan about not maybe rushing out to get because our hermit crab died. It was totally my fault, and she's letting me know about it every 5 minutes. But going to get a new one, I feel like would that make her insensitive to what just happened? Shouldn't we grieve?
A mourning period for the hermit crab. I got you.
Yeah.
We've lost hermit crabs, turtles. I lost a rabbit when I was younger.
I know.
They just told me he went to visit bugs, but
no,
he never came back. Chris. All right. Let's do a little traveling, shall we? Up to Boston today, 90.
Chris.
Now what? 93 at D.C.